If there's anything I should cover that I haven't covered, it's the death penalty. As long as I can remember, I've disagreed with it. Why? Well, even till today, for some reason I found it kind of terrifying that you can kill someone for doing something bad. And it's a big thing to take away a life. For any reason, especially someone taking the life of someone, especially taking the life of someone that did something really bad. Murder, rape, kidnapping, you name it. It's a big deal. Why am I against the death penalty? I'll go into the practical first. One, you can always get the wrong guy. There have been innocent people killed by the death penalty. And every year they're exonerating, which basically means freeing people from the death penalty that turn out to be innocent every year. And find out, hey, these people really didn't do it. So, that's a big argument against it, is, hey, you can get the wrong person, which wouldn't only be injustice, it'd mean that, hey, you didn't get the real guy. Some people argue that, well, nothing's perfect, especially the justice system. Accidents are going to happen. It doesn't really matter. And what my rebuttal to that is, it does matter. And essentially, what you're saying is, I don't care about these people that are killed by the death penalty, that are innocent. I don't care. Their sacrifice, their unacceptable loss, they don't matter. But they do. They do matter. They're people. They're people that have been victim of injustice. They're being killed. They didn't do it. They've had to spend time in prison, the trials, everything, for a crime they didn't commit. That's just bullshit. To not only kill them, but act like they don't even matter. Like, oh, we still gotta have this punishment, to punish the bad people. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Another thing is that the death penalty tends to be corrupt. Like, two people can do the same crime, and one could get a lesser punishment than the death penalty than the other. Like a black guy versus a white guy doing a crime. Or maybe even a white guy against a Mexican guy. Or an Asian guy, They say you do the crime, you do the time, but will it be equal to the other guy? So, a lot of times, no, it won't. Even if the evidence is leaning against even if the evidence suggests that the guy that's caught, the suspect didn't really do it, they can get the death penalty anyway. Like, famous case was Sindaco and Vanzetti back in the 20s. Evidence was leaning that they didn't do the crime, or at least there wasn't sufficient evidence, but they still got the death penalty anyway. No matter how much people protested against it, it wasn't enough. So they're dead. Long time ago. The death penalty is corrupt. I mean, do you really want to keep a corrupt punishment in place? That not only that can you punish a guy not equally as another guy doing the same crime, you can also punish people that are poor, that are underrepresented, stigmatized, don't have access to resources, that rich people can have better lawyers, argue better, have more motivation to argue, better resources, more case analysis, stuff like that. So, punishment isn't even fair, Another reason against the death penalty, it costs a lot of money. More than life imprisonment, more than long time imprisonment, more than even life imprisonment. Yeah, that's right. It costs more to put someone to death than to just send them to the slammer for the rest of their days. This is because of the process for the death penalty. You got all these trials, got all these appeals, got all these case analysis. It's a long process, and it costs a lot of money. Texas, the state I'm in, they have an express lane for the death penalty, but guess what? That still costs a lot of money. A lot of your money. Are you willing to spend all that money to put someone to death you really don't like? Like, is it... You may feel they deserve to die, but are you willing to pay for it? Are you willing to pay for it without complaints? Like, oh my god, it costs so much money to put this asshole rapist or child molester to jail. I mean, to death. It costs so much money to put this rapist, child molester to death. But I don't care. It's money well spent. They deserve it. They deserve to rot in hell. You know, they deserve to rot in hell. So I'm okay with spending all the money, but are you really okay? I mean, that's a lot of money to put someone to death in the billions of dollars for one case. Deterrent of crime. The death penalty doesn't really deter crime. People are willing to risk their lives to be put to death by the state, to do their dastardly deeds, to do their raping, their murdering, their child molesting, their robbing, you name it, they're willing to do it. You know, death penalty's kind of a revenge/justice thing, retribution. You know, doesn't deter crime, but we feel it's just. Well, they feel it's just. Not. I don't like to use the word we to mean they or them, you know. So it doesn't really deter crime, you know. You're not making society any safer. What else? It's gonna sound kind of silly, but it can cause trauma for people carrying out the death penalty. There have been people that have carried out the death penalty that feel like, I don't regret my decision, but I wouldn't want to have to do it again because it's so hard for me, you know? I mean, I'm killing this person. I'm making them go away for good. I'm destroying them. And yeah, I don't have an ounce of sympathy for them, empathy. I have a ton of hate for them. That's why I did it, but, you know, it's so a big thing. The blood's on my hands. It wasn't just someone else that got rid of that person I don't like. It was me. So there's that, you know. What else? It could go into the ethical... I could go into the ethical issues now, like... Why do we kill bad people to show people killing is wrong? Why do we kill people to show killing is wrong? It could be hypocritical. Some say it's not. Well, we're killing people who have killed other people. But still killing nonetheless. I mean, does this really make things better? Does it really set us above them? Then there's also, well, can we rehabilitate these people? A lot of people are saying no, which is kind of narrow-minded. Because people often don't know at this point whether it truly is possible to rehabilitate a bad person, a really bad person or not. There's so much people have to learn about the human brain especially. So I think it's extremely narrow-minded to just say, oh, well, we can't rehabilitate these assholes, so let's fry them, let's get rid of them. Of course, some people say rehabilitation is irrelevant. They still have to die. They still did the bad thing. What do I say to that? Well, to me, maybe they do deserve to die. I'm against death penalty, but I never had someone victimize my family to, like, deserve to get a death penalty. Actually, I have, but that's sort of private, but other than that, it hasn't happened to me that often in a really big way. It happened to a distant, really distant relative. Rather not go into it, it's it's they may deserve it, but is it really the right thing to do? You got the bias, oh, they harm me, I gotta harm them, but overall, does it really work out morally? Yeah, there's that. The process can also get pretty complex. Like, take death by firing squad, for example. There's a big process. Only one firing squad member gets the real bullet that does the killing. Everybody else gets blanks. Everybody else is to shoot at the same time as the guy who has the real bullet. Someone has to orchestrate this. Who gets the real bullet? Who just has blanks? They're all instructed to fire all the same though. And they're all instructed to fire all at the same time. Nobody's ever supposed to know who really did it out of the group. You gotta have a certain amount of people do it to make it convincing that, oh, I really have no idea who did this. Was it me? Was it him? There's just too many people. Everybody's firing. I just can't tell which direction the bullet went and from where, from which person. And it kind of goes into that's really personal, to be that involved in killing someone. Have this whole complicated process. And the justice system, if you think about it, it's not supposed to be personal. Lady Justice Blind, see that woman, that statue of a woman holding the scale with the blindfold. Scale represents, well, everything's supposed to be equal. People are supposed to be treated equally under the law. And it's also supposed to be impersonal. It's like, you just do your job. You just carry out the duties. Like, is this person supposed to go to jail this long? I just do it. I don't try to know that person as a judge. I don't try to empathize, sympathize with them. I just do my job. Oh, if this death penalty, it's really personal. It's like, I'm killing this person, or I'm sending them to death. I hate them. I believe they deserve this. This must happen, or else something's seriously wrong. There's a breakdown in, existence if this person doesn't get the death penalty that they so wholly deserve. You're the person that carries out the death penalty, injecting them with those drugs. Well, it gets really personal. Like, I killed an asshole, rapist, child molester, killer, He's not there anymore because of me. Not someone else but me. Big practical reason against the death penalty is it's a form of big government, which me as a libertarian doesn't like. I don't like big government. Mind your own business, government. You're just here to allow me to prosecute the bad people who harm me. And to print the money out, so it's easier. Not take the money, just print it, I earn it, That's another subject. And also the whole against big government is another subject too. But anyways, it's a form of big government. You're having the government legally kill people based on what it feels is wrong. You're not having the victims of the criminal. You're not having the surviving victims of the criminal killing the criminal. You're having the state do it, which can get very corrupt very fast, and it has been corrupt very fast. It's a state. It's legalized. Is death penalty evil? Is it good? It's in the hands of the state. Should morality really be in the hands of the government, or should it be in the hands of the average Joe? A free people, not the politicians, but a free people. So that's probably one of the biggest arguments, even above the whole, why do we kill people to show people killing is wrong? It's just like, it's big government. They're gonna wreck it. They're gonna mess it up inherently. So that's a big argument against the death penalty. For all the people that got killed by the death penalty that were innocent, you have my condolences. I know I won't do jack shit, but I feel sorry for you. You didn't deserve. There's no question that you didn't deserve it. That's also completely irrelevant since you didn't do the crime. So this video is kind of dedicated to you. Also, before I forget, another practical reason against the death penalty is it's also reserved for traitors. Yeah, traitors to this country. What would be a good example of a traitor to this country? Well, Snowden, that guy that revealed that the NSA is spying on all this and taking our data and using it for their political needs. He's very selfish and wrong. He revealed that government got mad. He had to run away to like Russia to escape being imprisoned and possibly killed, because that's what I'm going to get into, is you can get the death penalty for being a traitor. And that's precisely how the government's treating Snowden as a traitor. It's like, he revealed we were doing bad stuff. He was a whistleblower. So technically, they're supposed to have whistleblowers. The government doesn't really encourage it because, you know, it's our government. It's corrupt. So yeah, you're a whistleblower, you can get the death penalty. I mean, you know, you're a traitor. A good traitor, but a traitor nonetheless. The government doesn't like that. So, think about that, you know? You're just revealing that your government's doing something wrong, you're refusing to work for it, and then they decide to kill you for it. They decide to shut you up. Shut you down, shut you up, destroy you. And that's not right. Death penalty really has to go. Do the criminals that should get it still deserve it? Maybe, but it's just not a good punishment. You know, it's overall it's harming people rather than helping people. Should they get life imprisonment instead, or long time imprisonment? Maybe. I know they should definitely get some imprisonment. I'm not necessarily the guy that goes, oh, I support life imprisonment as opposed to death penalty. No. How about, maybe it's more like, I support anything except death penalty. Anything but the death penalty, you know. Anything but that punishment. And also, yeah, there's the whole lack of evidence. We thought the guy was guilty, we killed him. Well, you can't undo killing someone. You really can't, you know. We're not at that point yet, or maybe we'll never be at that point. Maybe it's purely impossible regardless of technological process, scientific process. You really just can't bring someone back from the dead. It's the way existence is. So, even more reason against the death penalty. Get the wrong guy, get the DNA evidence, corruption, you name it. Either way, you got the wrong guy and you killed him. So, leave your thoughts in the comments. I might have missed something. Tell me what it is. Maybe I can do a redo of this video and add on. So, that's all I got to say. Take care. Adios, amigos.